can move mountains and change the world. We have the wisdom, we have the power. We can move mountains and change the world. We have the wisdom, we have the power. We can move mountains and change the world. We have the wisdom, we have the power. We can move mountains and change the world. Yeah, 'cause love is all I need, and love is all I see, and love is all I need, 'cause love is all I see. We have the wisdom, we have the power. We can move mountains and change the world. We have the wisdom, we have the power. We can move mountains and change the world. We have the wisdom, we have the power. We can move mountains and change the world. We have the wisdom, we have the power. We can move mountains and change the world. Yeah. 'Cause love is all I see. Love is all I see. 'Cause love is all I need. And love is all I see. We have the wisdom, yeah, we have the power. We can move mountains and change the world. We have the wisdom, we have the power. We can move mountains and change the world. Yeah. 'Cause love is all I need, and love is all I see, and love is all I need, and love is all I see. We have the wisdom, we have the power. We can move mountains and change the world. We have the wisdom, we have the power. We can move mountains and change the world.
Good morning and welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living, Denver. We are a loving, prospering community in the heart of Capitol Hill and online. And as we need to remain online for just a while longer, the best way to stay up to date on what's happening is via our Facebook page and our newsletter. Head over to our website, csldenver.org, and you can sign up for our weekly newsletter. Then visit our Facebook page and like us. That way you'll get notifications when we make posts and share about our upcoming broadcasts. Also, remember this week, right after service, we have our virtual Zoom fellowship. Join us in our Zoom room right after service for an opportunity to connect and share, discuss this week's talk, or just chat about what's going on in our lives. If you have a link from a previous Zoom experience, please use that. Otherwise, send a quick email to info@csl.denver.org, and we'll make sure to get you a link before the end of today's service. Also, please do remember that our practitioners are here to pray with you. We stand ready to offer up a powerful spiritual mind treatment in affirmation of your life and in celebration of the wins that are happening in your life. Please reach out to a practitioner. You can email info@csl.denver.org with a prayer request, or visit the website, check out our practitioner page, and all of our personal emails and phone numbers and ways to connect are right there on the website. We would love to pray with you. And how about this? Our dear minister, Reverend Elzia, is going to be one busy man next weekend. He is presenting on Saturday morning as part of the New Thought Media Network Science of Mind and Spirit lecture series on the Science of Mind text, the chapter, The Law of Attraction. He will also be appearing as part of the Honoring Freedom Juneteenth celebration on Saturday. and then will be with us on Sunday to share a powerful weekly message. Please do check out all that's happening for Reverend Elzia as he continues to let his voice be heard throughout the New Thought movement. All right, that's about all we've got time for this morning. Let's jump right back into the music with more by Freddy Rodriguez Jr.
If something doesn't serve you, let it go. When someone doesn't love you, let it go. When something doesn't help you, let it go. Just release. Let it go. The Spirit guide you, 'cause it's inside you. Just release. Let it go. The Spirit guide you, 'cause it's inside you. When problems they surround you, let it go. When the flower opens slowly, let it grow. Releasing's making room for the greater good. Just release. Let it go. The Spirit guide you, 'cause it's inside you. Just release. Let it go. The Spirit guide you, 'cause it's inside you. Let it go. Let it go. Just release. Let it go. Spirit guide you, 'cause it's inside you. Just release. Let it go. The Spirit guide you, 'cause it's inside you. Releasing's making room for a greater good. Just release. Let it go. The Spirit guide you, 'cause it's inside you. Just release. Let it go. The Spirit guide you, 'cause it's inside you.
Good morning. Let us pray. Close your eyes if you must. And let us release and let go of all that it took to be here this morning, the past week, knowing that Spirit, the presence of God, is here among us, as it has always been, in us, through us, as us. And knowing this, I say, I affirm that we are truly blessed. In this sacred hour, I bless the words of Reverend Michelle. Blessings unto Reverend Elzia, to Freddy, Reverend Robert, and to everyone who is present here today, listening to the joyous words that we have come to hear. I bless the times that we are in, knowing that this too shall pass. And I bless all the people who worship in their own way, knowing that it is all God. And I am grateful, so very grateful, for this time and this opportunity that I have here to express my blessings to all. And with gratitude, I release my words into the law of mind, knowing that it is all good, all done. And together we say, and so it is. And now for the reading, I have taken it off the internet. This is a quote from Will Smith. Something hurts, lean in. You just lean into that point until it loses its power over you. There's a certain amount of suffering that you have to be willing to sustain if you want to have a good life. And the real trick is to be able to sustain it with your heart open and still be loving. Healing, hope, and strength come from allowing ourselves to be with the now. By allowing ourselves to lean into what is, by allowing ourselves to be with the now, by growing our capacity to be human, by experiencing life in its full expression. In the words of Pema Chodron, instead of blaming our discomfort on outer circumstances or on our own weakness, we can choose to stay present and awake to our experience, not rejecting it, not grasping it, not buying the stories that we relentlessly tell ourselves. This is priceless advice that addresses the true cause of suffering, yours, mine, and that of all living beings. And a quote from Rumi, my namesake. Know that one day your pain will become your cure. And Ernest Holmes says, nature will not let us stay in one place for too long. She will let us stay just long enough to gather the experience necessary to the unfolding and advancement of the soul. This is a wise provision, for should we stay there too long, we would become too set, too rigid, too inflexible. Nature demands change in order that we may advance. And so it is. Now back to Freddy.
Healing when we parted, it's forgiveness is healing when we parted, it's so refreshing. Let bitterness, wrath, and anger be away from you. Try to love one another. become a bridge over troubled water. Forgive your sisters and your brothers. Become a bridge over troubled water. Forgive your sisters and your brothers. Forgiveness is healing. When we pardon, it's so refreshing. Let bitterness, wrath, and anger be away from you. Try to love one another. Become a bridge over troubled water. Forgive your sisters and your brothers. Become a bridge over troubled water. Forgive your sisters and your brothers. Become a bridge over troubled water. Forgive your sisters and your brothers. Become a bridge over troubled waters. Forgive your sisters and your brothers.
Beautiful music, Freddy. Thank you so much for that. And good morning, CSL Denver. I'm Reverend Michelle Scavetta, and it is so good to be with you again this morning. So this month's theme is the soul's call. And my talk title today is Lean into Discomfort. Lean into discomfort. Now I realize that that's not a very sexy talk title. Can I say sexy from the platform? Sure I can. Just don't tell Rosie. But perhaps at first glance, it wasn't something, that you were feeling called to. It's not like you said, yes, I want to learn more about that. How do I lean into discomfort? But maybe on some level, when you first saw the talk title, instead you said, lean into discomfort. No thanks, I think I'm good. But I appreciate you tuning in anyway and staying open to an important topic that can support us in our healing and our growth. So thinking about the past 15 months, there have been many layers and levels of discomfort as we've navigated this unprecedented time of a global pandemic. For many of us, as we were called to slow down, maybe we didn't have a choice in the matter of slowing down, but we were also called to re-examine or reevaluate aspects of our lives. Maybe we were called to shift things around as we were reprioritizing and letting go of things that no longer served us. However, in that shifting, in that slowing down and examining our lives from a deeper level, some of us may have uncovered emotions or pain that we had previously put on the back shelf, promising to come back later to. In the time of slowing down, in the time of unrest, that was being experienced around the world. The lid on that container of our emotions loosened, and the emotions began to emerge in a new way. Or maybe during this time, you felt a sense of divine discontent, an inner urging for change in your life. And as you heard that call, the changes you were courageously stepping into brought with them emotions of maybe fear, uncertainty, resistance, and even excitement, curiosity, and possibility. All of those emotions are absolutely normal when moving through a time of change and transition. And yet sometimes we want to just focus on what we consider the positive emotions and tuck those heavier ones away. Although that tendency is totally understandable, by doing that, we're missing out on an important information that can support our growth and support the next chapter of our journey. For me, this past year brought up many emotions and numerous opportunities for reflection, exploration, questioning, and staying open to what was ready to be revealed. In addition, it also brought up periods of time when I just wanted to shut down because it just felt too overwhelming. I may have given myself permission for a Netflix binge or two, or used sugar to help dull the pain. But what became abundantly clear was that even though there were many tools at hand that could help me avoid the pain, there were just as many tools that could support me in navigating the discomfort. Avoiding big or heavy emotions is only temporary. The emotions are still there when the Netflix show ends or when the sugar high wears off. And yes, you can just turn on another show or consume something else with sugar or whatever it is that you use to help dull the pain. But the emotions are still there. The pain is still there. And it's not a matter of if you'll face the discomfort. It's a matter of when. When are you going to have the courage to lean in, to listen, to hear what that discomfort is here to share with you? I've been the Mile High Teen Director for the last 16 years, and I've been working with our youth for over 18 years. And a couple of years ago, a seed was planted about when I would step out of the teen ministry in order to explore other areas of ministry. That seed was placed on a way back shelf of my mind as I continued to serve and support our teens. But during the time of the pandemic, that seed began to sprout. And I was propelled into sitting with the idea of stepping out of my role as team director in a much bigger way. And as I allowed the emotions to surface, I leaned into the discomfort. I acknowledged my resistance. And once I did that, my next step became abundantly clear. Although I loved the work that I was honored to be a part of, it was time to let go and to open to what was next. And even though the decision felt right, with it came feelings of loss, of grief, fear, and uncertainty. I had to give myself permission to grieve as I let go of something that was so near and dear to my heart for so long. I also had to allow myself time to process a change in identity and my sense of purpose. If I was no longer the Mile High Church teen director, who am I? What's next? Will I be as successful at something new? All of the questions and uncertainties plagued me, but I couldn't allow them to get in the way of the next step that I felt called to take. I had to take a leap of faith and trust that I would be guided every step of the way. Trust that I would be guided through the discomfort if I was willing to lean into it and listen to the information it was waiting to share with me. Have you noticed any inner nudgings over the last 15 months? Have you heard a call for change in your life? Or have you found yourself caught in the midst of discomfort? Perhaps you can feel an ocean of emotions just below the surface. You're doing your best to keep them at bay. But what if you gave yourself permission to lean into them? There have been many a times when I was afraid to allow the emotions to surface because I was afraid that I might drown in them. I might not know how to find my way out. But what I want to remind you is that regardless of what it might feel like, you are not on this journey alone. There's an ocean of support ready, available to you, for you, in every moment. But a key to that support is we have to be willing to reach out. Nobody knows what we might be going through if we're not willing to share it with them. And you don't have to navigate this time of change, this time of transition, or those emotions that are not always comfortable. You don't have to navigate them by yourself. We're not on this journey of life alone. In every moment, we're guided and supported by God, Spirit, the universe. But sometimes it feels like we're alone. And our rational mind tries to jump in, trying to figure everything out. I don't know about you, but for me, I feel more comfortable when there's, at least 10 steps ahead of me that I can see clearly, or at least have the illusion that I can see clearly. But oftentimes when we're in a time of change, all we could see is what the next step is. And that's all we need to see. And as we slow ourselves down and turn within, that information is there. It's available to us if we're willing to slow down and listen. So today I have 3 reminders for us that will help support us in navigating our journey as we choose to lean into this discomfort, as we have the courage to turn within and to see what this information, what these emotions have to share with us. So the first reminder is the pain is there for a reason. In order to grow, we must be willing to expand beyond our comfort zones. There's a wisdom in that discomfort. But so often we're afraid to touch it, or sometimes we're even scared to even look at it. Because maybe we're scared of what it might show us, or maybe we're scared of what it might ask us to do. So what if, instead of shying away from or ignoring or suppressing our discomfort, we chose to lean into it with a sense of curiosity in order to discover what it's here to teach us? Khalil Gibran said, "Your pain is the breaking of the shell that encloses your understanding." I'll say that one more time. Your pain is the breaking of the shell that encloses your understanding. And one of my colleagues, Reverend Shannon O'Hurley, often says, you have to feel it to heal it. We can't bypass our pain. We have to resist the temptation and the misconception in our philosophy that we can simply pray it away or flood it with positive affirmations and it will just disappear. That's what's called a spiritual bypass or denial. And that's not what we're about. That's not what we're here to do. In order to heal, we must lean into the discomfort and move through the pain. The discomfort is here for a reason, and it has information to share with us if we're willing to listen. Oftentimes, when we lean into discomfort and listen to our emotions, we realize that somewhere along the line, we forgot who we truly are. We bought into a false belief of lack or limitation, not enoughness, or fear. And we forgot our true magnificence. We allowed our light to be hidden. And as we listen to the emotions, we remember what our founder, Dr. Ernest Holmes, said: there is nothing that needs to be healed, only truth to be revealed. During this time, may we remember our wholeness and allow that truth to be our focus, rather than only focusing on the pain. As we reclaim our wholeness, we allow any false beliefs to simply fall away. And our second reminder is suffering is optional. Dr. Michael Beckwith says, the pain pushes you until the vision pulls you. Sometimes we might not see what is calling us forward. We might not see what's ahead. And sometimes we need that pain to push us forward. But there comes that moment when the vision becomes clear. What's next is revealed. And so then that vision pulls you rather than having to be pushed by pain. We have been called onto the planet at this particular time in history. We've been chosen to be on this human journey together. And on this human journey, pain is inevitable because we've come here to learn and grow. However, the suffering part, that's optional. It's important that we learn, we lean into the discomfort that arises. But we don't have to pitch a tent there. We can lean in, listen, and take any necessary steps to heal and grow, and then move on. There's no need to identify with any emotions that we're experiencing. They're simply messengers. They show up to remind us to turn within, to remember our true identity, to remember our wholeness, our divinity. Pain also reminds us to listen for Spirit's guidance that is always available. Allow God to move through you, guide you, and support you every step of the way. We're not alone, and we don't have to figure it out all by ourselves. Lean in and listen for the guidance of the next step. One of the pieces of nature that always reminds me of transformation is the butterfly. First, it's a caterpillar. And the caterpillar knows what it needs to do to transform into that next iteration of who it came here to be. And the caterpillar just follows that internal guidance. And in that process, I imagine there might be a little discomfort as the caterpillar dissolves into goo in its cocoon. But one thing that I heard recently on a podcast that I didn't realize before was that aspects of the butterfly, cells of the butterfly, are already within the caterpillar. So what if what's within us, what's calling us forward, is our future self? Similar to the caterpillar and the butterfly is calling forth its next iteration as the caterpillar transforms into this butterfly. And so what if the same thing is true for us? That our future self is what's calling us forward and what's supporting us along the way. In addition to Spirit's guidance, our soul's calling us forward. Our soul knows what to do if we're willing to get out of the way and listen. And so our third reminder today is forgive yourself. Forgiveness is the open door to a better life. Oftentimes when we think of forgiveness, we often think of forgiving other people who've wronged us in some way. But usually we forget to extend that forgiveness to ourselves. What if you gave yourself permission to forgive yourself for forgetting who you truly are? Forgive yourself for any choices that you made that have supported you in forgetting. Forgive yourself for believing someone else's negative belief about you, someone else's perception and opinion. And when the time is right, extending that forgiveness to anyone who has harmed you in any way. Forgiveness is not about condoning the behavior. It's about setting yourself free from its emotional hook. Forgiveness allows divine wisdom to well up and flow through our being, creating space for new insights, for answers, and for healing to take place. Forgiveness is a tool that can be added to your daily spiritual practice that is always available. And what if each morning, as you're doing your prayer work, as you're sitting in meditation, you just ask yourself the question, who is it that I need to forgive today? Who is it that I'm ready to forgive today? And then listen and lean in. So our 3 reminders to help us navigate as we lean into discomfort. The first one is the pain is there for a reason. The second, suffering is optional. And the third, forgive yourself. We are here by divine appointment. And as we do our own personal healing work, that healing uplifts the collective. It supports the collective evolution. And it supports our vision of a world that works for everyone. I invite you to lean into any discomfort, any emotions, not from a space of fear, but maybe from a space of what if? Pain or discomfort is a call for change. It's the tipping point. It's a call for action. The question is, are we willing to lean in, to listen? We've come here to learn and grow. We've come here to evolve. And we can only do that if we choose to step out of our comfort zone. Lean into the discomfort with curiosity rather than fear, and trust that you'll be supported every step of the way. And an affirmation for you to take with you this week. I lean into the discomfort and allow it to teach me. I lean into the discomfort and allow it to teach me. Let's go ahead and turn within. So in this space of silence, I recognize that all there is God. There is this divine love that moves in, through, and around me in every moment, expressing itself easily and effortlessly as trust, as compassion, as possibility, as love. And right here now, I know that we move into this week with a greater sense of possibility as we acknowledge any sense of limitation, any sense of lack, any false belief that no longer serves us, and we simply set it aside. We let it go. And we tune into the divine love that is our birthright. Remembering that we are each a divine, unique expression of the One. That we are here by divine appointment on purpose to share our gifts and our love and our light with the world. And that as we remember that truth, our light shines even brighter. Our love flows effortlessly to all of those that we meet. And the gifts that we came here to share with the world abundantly multiply. The countless lives that are touched simply by our presence in this world. And so I just give great thanks for this knowing, this remembering that God and I are one. That we are here, we are on purpose, and that we are here to learn and grow. I am so grateful for all of the tools and the support that is around us in every moment. I'm grateful for our practitioners that are available to support us during times of change and transition, as well as to support us in times of celebration and joy. I'm so grateful for this CSL Denver community and all of the gifts and amazing ways it's touching lives around the world in ways that we don't even know. And so I just let go knowing that God's got this. I give great thanks knowing that God is all there is, and that is simply allow it to be. And so it is.
And so it is. Thank you so much, Reverend Michelle. What a wonderful, inspirational, and moving talk. I'm sitting here as you were going through that, just thinking, okay, I gotta adjust some things because there's some things that I've been avoiding, and I need to handle them. So thank you so much, and please come back and join us again.
Absolutely, I would love
so
to.
Now we are at that time where we are to announce to you and to proclaim to you that we are so grateful and blessed for everyone that supports CSL Denver, whether it's in time, treasure, or talent, and especially during these times of change. Whether it's your first time here or you're a returning community member, we want to thank you for continuing to financially support our efforts. Right now, there are several ways you can make your financial contributions to the center, and that should be running across the screen. And also just want to remind everyone that you can use us on your King Supers card as you're preparing for your barbecues and all of the summer activities, as well as Amazon. So as you're getting those Father's Day gifts and back to school gifts, you can tie your Amazon account to donate a percentage to our center to continue to do the work that we do. So if you need more information about that, please send us an email at info@csldenver.org and we'll get more information to you. Now, if it pleases you and it's easy for you, please place your hand on your heart and repeat after me our customary affirmation. This perfect gift is spirit in form, circulating and blessing all that it touches. Freely I give and joyously I receive, and so it is. Amen. And so it is. Amen. And so Thank you for joining us today. We just have a few announcements we want to make before we close out. Here at CSL Denver, we are so grateful and celebrate holding the space for you. Please know that our practitioners are available for prayer for whatever you may need or whatever calling that may be going on in your life at this moment. We would love to pray with you and celebrate any changes, challenges, and celebrations that may be going. So our name of our practitioners are on our website at www.csldenver.org, and please feel free to reach out. And also at the beginning of the service, we mentioned about our fellowship that happens immediately after this at 11 o'clock. So if you have a prior Zoom link, you can use that. If not, send the email to info@csldenver.org and we will get that information to you. And also just want to remind you, everyone, thank you everyone who came out yesterday to our picnic. We had a great time. We had about 20 people there. We did paddle boat racing. I tell you, I tried it, and boy, my legs were tired. They're still a little sore right now, which was an encouragement to lean into the discomfort of that and have some fun. So that was a really good activity. But we will be having some more activities like that. So please stay tuned and come out. There was some drumming going on, and we're deciding we're going to explore having a drumming circle once a month or once every 2 months. So please stay tuned and look for more information on that as we unravel and unveil that to the community. And one last thing, as was mentioned in the beginning announcements, coming up, there will be the Honoring Freedom Juneteenth program starting this weekend on the 18th and 19th. And we look forward to you coming out if you can and join us and support this activity. We got some great speakers who are going to be there. This is some of them right here. You can go to www.honoringfreedom.website to find more about the schedule and who will be presenting. Here's some more people that will be presenting as well as myself. So hoping that you come and join us and really enjoy the program. It's going to be great. So just want to say, hope you have a wonderful weekend. We affirm for you right here, right now, that 2021 is blessed and will continue to be prosperous and freeing our souls as we move forward. So now take care, and back to music by Freddy Rodriguez. Have a wonderful day.
Woo! Action. You got to walk the talk, mindful action. You got to think good things and walk that talk, mindful action. Plant them seeds, help them grow. Brother, what you need, maybe you should pray and walk that talk. Walk that talk, mindful action. You got to think good things and walk that talk, mindful action. 'Cause within your soul, you got to go. Talk about one God, absolute pure love. Yeah, you got to walk that talk. Woo! You've got to think good things and walk that talk, mindful action. Say what you mean. truth will set you free. Mindful action. You got to think good things and walk that talk. Hey. Mindful action. Planting seeds. You got to walk that talk. Mindful action. You got to think good things and walk that talk. Mindful action. Plant them seeds. Help them grow. Sister, what you need, you should talk about one God. Yeah. Absolute pure love. Plant them seeds. But you gotta walk that talk. You gotta walk that talk. Walk that talk. Mindful action.